Next tab is Pictures. This is where you can insert a picture of the front of the house, the front of the business. You can insert pictures in the rooms that you're in or the area. Let's say we want to take a couple pictures of the existing service. And then you also have line item pictures. We're not currently using pictures. A couple weeks from now this should be activated. The next tab, going left to right, is Scope 1. And the first thing you want to notice, this is where you actually start entering information for the proposal. And we'll get into that more in the next video. I just want to show you the basics. The first thing, you need to make sure you select the list type. If you click into this box, and notice clicking anywhere will show you the arrow. If you click over to the right hand side, it'll have a drop down. Currently the pricing is inputted for residential new work and residential service. I'd recommend using these two, and then some of the items that say part only will show up for part only. The way this works is you pick a list type. Residential new work would be open wall, open ceiling, either a new house or a room the area of a room addition. Difficulty 1 or 2. We standardly use difficulty 1 across the board. And then you're going to want to go over to the area, and before you input any items, you must select the area that it's for. So let's say we're looking at the plans and we start with the foyer. Next you have an overview. The overview is per area, so if there's any information in particular about the foyer or the purpose of the foyer, or whether the area is open wall, open ceiling, or closed wall, closed ceiling, you would put it here. I also like to put, this is broad, not about any specific item in particular. What does the customer want? Why? What is their purpose? What is there? See if we can get that to show up again. Existing room, new room. What is happening? Are the walls open, ceiling open, room changing? You are communicating to both the customer and the electrician. So that's the format you want to follow for the overview. After you have an overview, and I like to write something in the overview, you'll come down to Category, Assembly Name. You can pick an item by clicking into the box, clicking the arrow, picking the item from the list, and let's say we're in the foyer, and when you walk into the foyer, there's going to be 2 switches on the wall. So we have a 2-gang switch standard, and then any specifications regarding that. The switches are going to be white, they're going to be Takora. The switches need to be to the left-hand side. The switches specifically need to stay a foot away from the door. The height of the switches, any specifications that are important or details that are important for the customer that they've communicated to us and or for the electrician doing the work need to go in this area. Once you're complete, you can just go to the next item and you can type in the next item. Let's say we're putting in a receptacle. Now you'll notice the categories are on the left hand side first, and then standard TR duplex is next. I like to use Scope 1 to just put the items into the proposal. I don't want to put attention on material pricing, on labor, until I have all of the items complete, because I can do all of that at once. So right now I'm only concerned with the assembly name and the quantity and the specifications. Receptacle, let's say in this area there's 3 receptacles in the foyer, and you can just keep going down the line and adding more items. Now we have over here proposal item quick add. The way this works is you have a few different lists that have different items on it, grouped in the area where they would be most useful. This list is basic, and you can see we have GFI, ground system, dedicated, standard duplex, 1-gang, 2-gang, 3-gang switch, an outlet box, light fixture, lighting standard light fixture installation, ceiling fan box, and this scroll bar will scroll down to all the items. What is nice about the quick add is when you walk in, let's say we go into the next room and we want to input these 2 same items. We have 1 2-gang switch box and 3 receptacles. We walk into the living room, we go over to the quick add and we find the items. 2-gang, we input 1, and let's see if we have a receptacle. receptacle standard TR duplex. Preferably these lists stay small so that you can see everything in one screen and you can customize these. And we click, now notice we have one here, we click Add Items to Proposal. Instead of having to do that drop down we saw earlier, the items are automatically found and added to the proposal. And the specification is automatically added as well. See the specification for the foyer receptacle? Same assembly, so the same specification loads in. And then if you had any additional specifications, you could also write them down. Once you're complete on adding all of your items, you're going to go to Scope 2 and again pick the room that you want to see. Let's say we go back to the foyer and we take a look. The Switch 2 Gang Standard allots $17 for material, 0.5 half an hour for rough-in, 0.35 for trim-out, and you can see the quantity, the total labor here, and you can see the price. So this is the price for one, and then this is the total. If there was two, you'd see this would be double. Again, the next item, 1210, 0.4, 0.2, total time, quantity. So here we have the cost per this item is $78.65 multiplied by 3 gives us $235.95. All right. At any time, if this doesn't look correct down here to you, you can hit Update, Refresh Screen, and what you should see is that we're on the foyer. That's the area we're in. You should see the material total, the labor total, and the total cost for the foyer. If I switch over to living room, you should see the material total, labor total, and total for the living room. You should also see a total for the job. Right now the whole job is going to cost us $82.20, $82.60 in material, 4 hours in labor, and it's a total of $537. Next, you're going to go to the contract, and here you have two tabs, General Specifications and Signature. Under General Specifications, just answer the question, were plans supplied by contractor customer? No. Date of plans, if they were, you're going to put the date, you can click this for a calendar, plan number if there is one, and plan pages. And then here you're going to put specify included, excluded, and additional information. Alright, one additional place that you'll need to go is when you're at the Contract tab. We just went over General Specifications. Once you've completed this information, go to the Signature tab, and what you should see here is the exact amount that your contract came out to. Now this came out to $537.28. This written amount should be the same as this worded amount. And then you have one more place to fill out. With payments made as follows, you'll click into this area and you'll put whatever the payment terms are. If it's a small job like this, I would just put balance due upon completion. If it was a rough-in or a construction job and we were going to do a rough-in and a trim-out, I would put a certain amount due upon rough and then a certain amount due upon trim-out. Acceptance of proposal contract. The reason you see this signature box here and here is because on the iPad, if the customer wants to sign right then and there, you can actually click into this box and get them to actually fill out, sign the iPad, and the image will go here and it will print on the contract. Now if this was a completed contract, obviously I would have written in the information here, and all of my scopes would be in here, my overviews would be written in. Then I'm going to go to print, And if I'm using the iPad and I'm ready to send it, I can just click Email Proposal. If I want to look at it before I send it, there's two ways to look at it. You can go to Print Full Proposal, and that will bring up the proposal print screen. That's going to show you, and this looks a little bit wide because the image is stretched. But this shows you exactly what the customer is going to see. Our logo, our address, date, license number, proposal number, billing information, work performed at, the first area, and then line number, item description, specifications, quantity, cost, and total. That for your area is then subtotaled here, and then the next area is listed. In order to go through your print preview, you need to click this arrow, and it will go page by page through the print preview until it gets to the end. Now you can see we're through all of the room areas. The next section is exactly what you saw in the contract information. Work plan supplied, yes. Then you'd have the information here, you'd see something filled out. Specify included, excluded, additional information would show up here. And this will actually move to fit the information that you type in. Lastly, you'll see the amounts that we said show up here, and in dollar amount, and then those terms would show up here. If the customer has signed, their signature would show up here, and the last page is our terms and conditions. If this all looks good to you, and you're on a regular computer, you can hit continue, and then you can print it out. If you're not interested in printing it, when you get to this screen, hit cancel. You'll come back to the printing, email, PDF screen, hit cancel again, and it brings you back to your proposal. Once you're back to your proposal, if you forgot something, you can go ahead and put it in, and then go back to it again. If after showing the customer the print preview the customer wants to sign, you must come back to the proposal, go to the contract tab, go to the signature tab. Remember, it's normally here. Go to the signature tab, click into this box, and it will pull up the signature icon, and you'll be able to have the customer sign, and then it will save. Then you could go to print and email the proposal. Now what's nice is once you press this button, it automatically saves the proposal as a PDF. If you're on a computer, it lets you review it first. If you're not on a computer, it will go straight to the email screen. And what it will show you is now we put in my address so that we could see something done here. It is BCCing myself, subject, proposal from Theta Electric. And this is all templated. I don't have to type anything if this works for me. Hello, Janet. Attached, you will find your proposal. Please give me a call if you have any questions or to get the work scheduled. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, Michael Pasquino. Very important, if you're emailing a customer the contract, you're going to see a PDF here. If you do not see a PDF and a file name here, then they are not going to receive it. Something's wrong and we need to take a look at it. Once you're done, click Send. On the iPad or on the computer, you'll usually hear some indication that it was sent. Once it's sent, you should be able to go to your mail. If it sent you a copy, in this case it was sending me a copy. It was sending me both a copy and coming to me. I can click Get Mail, and we can see the proposal, and we can, if I was the customer, I could open the proposal and review it. So that's how you complete a proposal and send it out. I hope that was helpful.